What's going on, everyone? You're back with Jono for another quick math lesson. Today we're going to look at how to find the x and y intercepts of any linear relationship. So remember, to find out the properties of a linear relationship, all we really need is 2 points. Once we've got those 2 points, we can use that information to find the gradient, and from there we're just doing a bit of pattern recognition and extending it out. Because if we have a look at something like this, if I've just got 2 dots there, if I just draw a line between them, I've now got some information. I know the gradient there is positive and it's going up. Lucky for us, the easiest points to find also give us the most information. And these are the x and y intercepts. So the intercepts just mean these are the points where our line crosses either axes. The reason that these are so easy to use is because we know one key fact about both of these things. The first thing we know that when our line crosses the x-axis, so the x-axis goes across, I know for a fact, it does not matter what x is equal to, y is 100% guaranteed to be equal to 0. And then this works the other way as well. No matter how high or low my line crosses the y-axis, it always crosses at the axis. The axis is where x is equal to 0, so we've always got that bit of information in our back pocket. To use this algebraically, all we have to do is sub in 0 for either one of the variables, and you'll find the opposite axis. So for this example here, I know that x is definitely equal to 0 for my y-axis, so I've got y is equal to 2 multiplied by 0 plus 4. 2 multiplied by 0 is obviously 0, so the y-axis is equal to 4. If I need to write that as a point, which I always do, all I've got here is that the point is 0, 4. It's got to be that 0 because we subbed in x equals 0, and the other point is just the answer. You will be asked to find both axes for each question, so now we're going to sub in to find the x one. So this means that 0 is equal to 2x plus 4. From here, I just have to solve this like a normal equation. I'm going to minus that 4 over, so I've got negative 4 is equal to 2x. Dividing both sides by 2 gives me x is equal to negative 2. That means that my point is negative 2, comma 0, again because y has to be equal to 0. And that's all there really is to it. We're going to do another example just to see how easy this is. So for this one, even though there's negative numbers involved, we just follow the same process. We're going to find the y-axis first by subbing in x is equal to 0. So that becomes y is equal to negative 6 multiplied by 0 minus 12. Negative 6 times by 0 is 0. So y is equal to negative 12. That means that my point is 0 minus 12, full marks. If you do get good at this, you can jump straight to the step that this last number is immediately the y-axis when we get given the equation in this form. So in order to find the x-axis, it is slightly harder, but I'm going to sub in y is equal to 0. So that becomes 0 is equal to negative 6x minus 12. Plussing the 12 over makes that 12 is equal to negative 6x. Dividing both sides by minus 6 ends up with x is equal to minus 2. That makes my x-axis point negative 2, 0. And that's all there is to this. As long as you can sub in 0 into both of them and solve an equation, you're going to be right. Just make sure you do write a coordinate at the end of the question. A lot of my students work it out perfectly. They go, oh, yep, this is what y is, this is what x is. But if you don't write that final coordinate point each time, you're going to lose a mark, which is a really stupid way to lose a mark. So make sure that your answer for both axes has the number that you found and the 0 as well. You might also be asked to solve these graphically, and it's incredibly easy as well. Really, all you've got to do is just look at the graph and write down the points that you see. So for this one here, it crosses the y-axis at this point, and it crosses the x-axis at this point. So to find the y-axis, x has to be equal to 0, x is 0, and then it is 1 square up, so the point there is 0 and 1. The other point here is back negative a half, so this point here is minus 0.5, comma 0. Off the graph is a little bit less accurate than doing it algebraically. So if you do find one is kind of in between a number, it might be 0.3 or 0.4, it would be easiest to work out the intercept from the equation. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you later.